The Body Shop connects you with the hottest fitness models in the world. Learn the backstage secrets that most successful bikini divas, fitness models, and bodybuilders use to dominate their competition and land on the covers of magazines. Only here at the Body Shop will we allow you to listen and talk to the best of the best in fitness competition. If you're passionate about bodybuilding and fitness, you have found your new home. All of us here at FTNS Radio would like to welcome you to the Body Shop. Body Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your host, Andre Brick St. Clair.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Body Shop. Thank you for allowing the Body Shop, as well as FTNS, into your homes and in through your airwaves. Now, with me in the studio is the CEO of FitnessAtlantic.com, Mr. Brian Canone.
Andre, what's happening?
How you doing today, Brian?
Not as good as you.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just a lovable person. You know, I'm a great guy. You know, I'm just kidding. So, I understand that somebody that used to compete with the Fitness Atlantic organization has reached out to you and is actually on the line.
Okay.
And I want to bring her on, but
supposed to come down to the studio.
Well, you know,
we're gonna dig in here, but
things happen.
But
things happen. But what I want to do,
I'm only saying it like that because I could have been somewhere else right now.
Oh, stop it! That's not nice at all. Okay. And what I want to do,
favorite places in the world.
Here you go.
You know how good Sally's pizza is.
She actually let me do what I want to do right here. You know, we can get this whole thing started. Okay, what I want to do, right, is I want to give this woman a proper introduction.
Okay.
Because, well, I'll get into it afterwards. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time to the Body Shop. She is a fitness pro. She has competed in Fitness Atlantic. She is now with WBFF Pro. She's a fitness cover model. Please welcome the lovely Miss Lindsay Messina. Lindsay, how you doing? Hello? Hey, Sean, is she on? Lindsay?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. They had the mute button on. I gave you an introduction. I'm not sure if you caught it.
No.
You didn't get the oh, man.
You didn't catch my introduction?
Do it again.
Catch it.
Do it again.
Okay.
Let me do it again. Take two. Oh, my God. You know, I'm known as One Take Bricks, and here, you're killing me. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time to the Body Shop. She is a fitness model pro. She is the Fitness Atlantic champion winner. She is a WBFF pro, fitness cover model, and owner of officialLindsayMessina.com. Please welcome Miss Lindsay Messina to the Body Shop.
Thanks, guys. Hi, Rick. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Lindsay, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
You know what? I'm doing interesting. I'm doing just well. It's kind of interesting that I have you on the Body Shop because this is kind of like a turn of events. A few years ago, you and I actually did a makeshift interview that was never supposed to get recorded, and it actually made its way onto the YouTube pages. And a lot of people have actually found that.
What you're talking about.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was in
New York, right? The New York show.
That's right.
New York show. That was like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah, roughly about that.
2005.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
That's a long. Yeah. Oh my gosh, how time flies.
Absolutely.
I know, because I think the first time I competed in Fitness Atlantic was 2006.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it had to be 2007.
I'm not exactly sure what year it was, but it was.
It was some time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I flipped it on you, Brick.
Yes. I do remember that. I do remember that. Man, it's.
Now I'm in the hot seat.
Oh yeah, but are you ready for it though?
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Okay, so let me start off with the first question that I ask all my guests on the Body Shop, and that is, when did you first fall in love with fitness?
I gotta say, I first fell in love with fitness when I was in high school and middle school, when I used to run track. I was on the varsity track team when I was in 7th and 8th grade, and when I hit high school in 9th grade, our whole track team went to the states and national events for the New York State and nationally. We ran in a relay race and individually. So I really fell in love with fitness and the passion for being competitive when I was probably in 7th or 8th grade. I really took full force, and when I placed second in the state when I was in 10th grade, that's when everything really kind of escalated for me, and I really started thinking about getting my personal training certification, and I did that during high school and started training some of my friends, and it kind of just went from there. So definitely 7th and 8th grade.
Okay. What events were you competing in track and field?
Track and field, I competed in, my favorite was the 55-meter dash, so I was a sprinter.
Okay.
I didn't do anything over the 400-meter dash, but our whole team was really known for our 2x4, so it was basically a 200-meter dash that we broke all the records for, and we had a really strong team, and that's what brought us to the states and nationals, and we placed second in the state and 16th in the nation.
Right.
About 2 or 3 years in a row, yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Okay. So now, coming from the track and field background, what sparked the interest to actually step on stage and compete? Was it someone that you saw in a magazine or on a poster?
No, I was so green. I was so new to the whole industry. I actually started working in the area where I just moved to Westchester, New York. I actually grew up upstate New York, right by the Woodbury Commons, the shopping outlets. Mm-hmm. So when I moved down here, more towards the south area of New York, I decided to work at a gym, and I taught group exercise. And after school, going away to school, working, in a bar, and doing the thing that you like to do when you're 18 years old.
That's right.
You put on some weight, you know, and I wasn't as fit as I was when I was running track, and I put on a good 25 pounds. So then I started really picking up my business and my personal training certification, and also teaching classes, and I lost all the weight, and I started putting some lean muscle on. And my fiance today, he said to me, well, why don't you look into fitness competitions, and really get into that? Because I always kind of promo modeled and did a type of modeling work, and then I stopped, and I tried to get back into it with fitness, and I said, okay. So that's when I was researching on the computer, and the first federation that popped up was the Fitness Atlantic. So I looked at a show date, and I think I had like 6 weeks or so, and I promise you I did not diet. What I was doing.
Right.
No idea. I probably bought like an $80 bathing suit when these girls now buy like $5,000 bathing suits. And I literally got my sportswear outfit from like Kohl's and Walmart. Like I just threw it together. I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
And I was like, okay, how hard could this really be? Get on stage, you do your walk, and I looked at the pictures, and I researched like what tanning products they use, and I was like, I could do my makeup. I think this can be fine. And so anyhow, I get there, and there's like 70 girls deep, and I'm like, what the hell did I get myself into? All these girls, walking all over the place. These guys all buffed up, all tan. I was like, this is crazy.
Right.
And I was there by myself, and there's a whole group of girls that were like, they knew each other, and I was like, okay, this is something I forgot to read the homework, or I missed the memo or something, and I didn't know what was going on. And I was watching this one girl, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm doing the step and drag. I'm like turning and this Cinderella turn, and I said, oh my God. So anyhow, to make a long story short, I ended up walking on stage and probably not even looking once up at the judges, and sped off stage. When I sprinted like full speed. And I got off stage, I was all cranky because I didn't think I did good, and needless to say, I ended up winning my class. Mm-hmm. And then as I won my class, I was so shocked, I didn't know what that meant. And I went back in the changing room, and I'm starting to walk out of the locker room, and all of a sudden someone's calling me, and I remember my number to this day. It was number 21. Number 21, where are you?
That's right.
And I said, I'm right here. Well, all my gym clothes on, I'm right here. They're like, you need to get back out on stage for the overall. And I said, the what? The overall? So we ended up going on to the overall, and there's a bunch of girls that have been doing it for years up there. And again, I'm standing next to girls that have all these Swarovski crystal bathing suits customized, and I had my $70 bathing suit on, and it was fine. I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden, needless to say, I won the overall, and I was just blown away. And I will never forget that moment. That moment was by far the most memorable moments in my fitness history. So, and there I just kind of went from there, and I competed in a couple other shows and started fitness modeling, and that just kind of how it escalated, and I started my businesses.
Right.
What was the first cover? Was that the Muscle and Fitness Hers?
Yeah, Muscle and Fitness Hers, and that was probably a year after I did your show, Brian. I flew out to LA, and they did a photo shoot with me, and it was right before Easter, or right after Easter, in April, and I did a couple of cover shots with them, and they said that I was their softest, quote unquote, model that they ever shot and put on a cover. So, okay, I guess I could take that as a compliment. Because, muscle and fitness are usually a little bit harder,
right.
For more of that leaner look. So yeah, that was my first cover, and that was pretty neat. That was out for about 3 months or so, because that's like a quarterly magazine or bi-monthly magazine.
Okay.
And then it took me actually 2 years to really get in with Oxygen and Robert Kennedy Publications. They kept on denying me for quite some time, and I just kept on pushing at it and plugging at it, emailing who I needed to email, and sending them pictures, introducing myself, kind of making a friendship relationship more than when are you gonna test me. And one day they just said, hey, why don't you come up to Canada and we'll just do a test shoot with you. And I said, all right. So I flew my way up there, and I did a test shoot all day long with Paul Buscetta, located up in Toronto, and it was great, and we nailed it. And then the rest is history, kind of.
Did that land like one? That was 2 covers or one from that photo shoot?
That was one cover. And then when I won a show over in Las Vegas, Oxygen was there, because I think Tosco was competing in the same show as myself.
Okay.
And the whole team was there, and that's when I won. That's when I won in 2008. And they said, well, why don't you shoot with us? Why don't you do a test shoot again? And it's okay. So from that photo shoot, I landed 2 covers, and then I did another shoot which landed my 4th. And in 3 weeks, I'm going up there in Toronto and shooting for my next. So I'm really excited about that. My 5th cover.
Okay. It's very interesting as I hear you recall your journey, and I actually remember you when you first stepped on the Fitness Atlantic stage, and I remember who was the one. Well, no, I wasn't calling you. I announced you as the winner. I was the MC for the show, but I remember it was my friend Jerry that was, where's number 21? Where's number 21? But what I want to know is, from being on the Fitness Atlantic stage for the first time to landing your first cover, I want you to just walk us through that initial process. What was it like? Did you have an agent who helped you? Who actually guided your steps and stuff like that? But I need to get that answer from you right after these commercial breaks. So, Lindsay, you stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Many people know about the concepts of thinking positively and designing the life they want, but few people are taught the skills necessary to truly experience inner peace, happiness, and success. The Avatar course teaches cutting-edge techniques that enable people to truly release old limitations and create an inspiring life. There are local weekend workshops as well as 9-day courses around the country. Connect with experienced Avatar master Ariella Sarai to learn more or to schedule a free introductory session. Visit her website, www.powerofavatar.com.
Boomers Rock, weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Join your host, baby boomer Tom Matt, as he shares with you his inspirational recent personal transformation from couch potato to getting his master's degree to bodybuilder to personal trainer. You don't have to be a boomer to get inspired. Tune in weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on FTNS.co. Get up, get out, keep rocking. Life starts now.
Need FTNS on the go? There's an app for that. Download the FTNS app for your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch now. FTNS, world's first fitness radio, will keep you moving.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Body Shop with me, Bricks. I got Brian on the line.
What's up?
And I got one of the few women that has actually taken the fitness world by storm. Who am I talking about? None other than Lindsay Messina. Now, Lindsay has been featured in a lot of magazines. So, Lindsay, I'm just going to give them a little bit of your resume, because I understand that you're a very modest woman. So allow me to do the honors for you, okay?
Thanks, Brett.
I hear the giggling back there. It's cool. So we got women's health, prevention, runner's world. We got fitness and muscle, hers. Muscle and fitness, hers. I know was Oxygen. And I know you've been interviewed by MSN Health and Fitness. And when me and you did our little makeshift interview that was officially never supposed to air, you had just, I think you had just been featured, or you was just in talks with Under Armour and Lady Foot Locker. Yeah. See, yeah, that's how far back we go. So, what I want to know is, from being on the Fitness Atlantic stage for the first time to when you first landed your first cover, what was that process like for you?
Oh, it was definitely a roller coaster. You got to say, when someone makes it at the top, they definitely push through battles and they really push to the top. And when they say that that really means it, because I definitely had a lot of guidance and a lot of help. And after the Fitness Atlantic, I did sign on with an agency. At the time, it was Silver Models, and I had a manager. And it was great. That's where I landed most of my more mainstream publications is fitness and health, with like Prevention Magazine, Women's Health, Shape, Fitness, and so forth and so on. So I had to go on casting calls. So my weekly regimen after that moment of me winning was I woke up at 5 a.m. and I had clients from about 5:45 in the morning till about like 10:30, 11. I would jump on the train, go to New York City, get there by noon, and do castings from about 12 o'clock until about 3:34. Jump back on the train to come home and do clients about 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock, and that would be Monday through Friday, every single day. Right. So it was definitely a hustle, and I had to make my connections. And during that time period, there was a lot of rejection, and a lot of people were like, no, it's not the right time, or they'd see you for like 2 minutes, make you wait an hour, and never hear from you. So you have to take everything when you get into the modeling business and the fitness industry with a grain of salt, and just know that it's like not you, and it just maybe you weren't the right fit at that moment, or maybe the right person didn't see you. So after doing that day in and day out for about a year, I really built a great relationship with my manager and agent, and I just kept on saying, I want to do Oxygen, and at the time, editorials and covers are great. They're great for exposure, but you get the majority of your compensation through film and TV and, larger companies as far as Under Armour, and you getting contracts like that. So their main focus was on bigger contracts. So my heart was set on Oxygen, and I said, what? I'm just going to try to go out there and get it myself. And, whatever they can't get me, I'm going to try to, make the relationships and do it myself. So that's what I did. And I emailed, the top editors at Oxygen, and I was booked to work the Arnold and the Olympia for BSN at the time. I worked for them for 3 years, and I would go up to them in my cute little weird-looking outfit, and I'd say, hey, I'm Lindsay Messina. Do you want to look at my book after, I'm looking a miniskirt and high heels and whatever? And they're like, sure. So, honestly, the first time I went to go see, her name is Stacey Kennedy, she actually told me and critiqued me and kind of ripped me apart, said you need to build your shoulders, you need to get leaner, you need to build your glutes, you need to do this, and kind of gave me my homework. And I said, okay. So I went home and I did that. And within that time period of being, 6 months to a year, I kept on emailing her, like not annoyingly, but definitely on a monthly basis to kind of let her know like what's going on in my life and what else am I doing, and I would be honored to shoot with them. And so doing that in the midst of me doing a couple other competitions in the meantime, after a year and a half or so, they saw me again at the Arnold, and they're like, okay, you're looking really great, and you're maturing, because before I had more of a younger look, and they really want to cater towards the women in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s. Right. So then after that, I said, hey, listen, can we really just give this a shot? I promise I'll bring my A game. So that's when they said, okay, why don't you come up to Toronto? And I said, oh, fabulous. So in the meantime of me doing all of that, I was doing other jobs and other bookings within New York City and New Jersey area, and also flying to doing like the Bosuit infomercials and other infomercials that I've done. So my life was really crazy for about 3 years, doing personal training, building up my business, Body by Lindsay. And really, capitalizing on that area, and as well building my modeling credentials. So that's kind of like the gist of it. And once you're in with a company and they really love you, it's like we're a family now. So I call them up, I break chops with them and just see what they're doing. And then the next day they're like, hey, do you want to come up next month and just shoot? Or can you contribute an article for us? We really want to go on this topic. So, I have a lot of great stuff in the works with them, which is exciting, and it's going to come out in 2012. So I'm excited about that. But again, I'm so humbled and honored that they're giving me another opportunity to shoot another cover for them.
Right.
So that's kind of that's a little timeline of my experience while I was shooting Oxygen.
Right. Now, I do like that timeline because, you wanted something, which was the Oxygen cover. You had your mindset on it, and you were told, you know what, you're not ready yet, or you're looking kind of young, you're cute, so on and so forth. And you turned around and you actually graced the Oxygen cover 3 times, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then you went on and you're at one of the top fitness expos, and someone says you got to build up your glutes a little bit more, and then you created something known as Apple Tushies. Yeah, Apple Tush. Yeah, see,
you like that, right?
I mean,
I know you like that.
It's cute. And then you put that on the YouTube channels, and you start to build up a following there. If anybody's wondering where this interview is going, I'm trying to show you how someone started on a Fitness Atlantic stage and, started to promote themselves and then started to build themselves into a brand. And taking Lindsay's steps and her journey through what she's been through, a lot of people would sometimes believe you had it easy, and they don't understand the rejection that you faced, Lindsay.
Yeah.
They don't understand, being turned down numerous times and still not giving up, So from that, you mentioned you was doing your personal training business, which was Body by Lindsay, and so on and so forth. But now you actually have something else that you're working on.
Oh, yeah.
And
a lot. Oh, geez. I hope this is a 2-hour show, because I could stay here forever.
Well, I'll tell you what we can do. We can make it a part 1, and we can have you back on, and we can discuss a part 2. But right now, I want to discuss PBO, and if you can just tell us what that is.
Okay, PBO basically was to kind of like piggyback on what you just said. With my experiences modeling for the last 6 years, I've made every single mistake there is in modeling, and I spent money, and I shot with the wrong photographers, and I met with the wrong people, and I had people try to tell me what to do, and hold me back on something. So like you said, the years of me trying to conquer all of my goals, I really had to push, and I turned down contracts because, like, good money, 5-6-figure contracts, because they told me that they wanted me to do something that I didn't agree to. So I said, this company's just not for me. So, that takes a big step, and that takes something that you really need to think about, because you need to know where your goals are, and you need to know the type of person you are and your roots are. So the thing is that I find that a lot of girls and men do, they get caught up in Facebook land, and you guys will know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yep.
You watch somebody, and then you look on their page, and you see what they're doing. And then you click on what they're doing, and then you follow someone else's page. And then you get so engrossed and so embedded on what they're doing, and you don't take a step back and think about, like, what your goals are. And you get sidetracked, and then that's when they start making the wrong mistakes, or start posting the wrong videos, taking the wrong pictures, which, once you do that, you can't take something back. It's like talking to somebody. Once you hurt someone's feelings, you can't take those words back. The same thing with a photo or a video. So this is where I came up with Perfect Body Online, and I said, okay, so there's a lot of things that I've been through, so I want to develop this company that helps aspiring models and competitors make the right decisions, teach them what I did wrong, and try to give them the tools that they need to build their own business. And it could be the simple things as far as just how to speak on camera, or what not to wear in a photo shoot, or how to write a cover letter, or how to present yourself in not an annoying way. So right now I'm actually redeveloping my whole website, which is actually going to launch in the next half hour. But what I'm going to do now is everything's going to be educational based. And also what I've found is that you can never find a really good hairstylist, makeup artist, and tanning expert when you need them.
Right.
You don't have someone to help you pick out your clothes or style your photo shoot. So with that, Perfect Body Online is all that. It is basically a one-stop shop where you get your educational tools and you get actually teleseminars with me teaching you what to do and what not to do, exclusive videos. I actually post up casting calls and other things that you can do to advance and put onto your resume. So basically I give you everything, what you need. You just have to put it together and do it. So I'm doing all the hourly homework that I spent on the computer, countless hours and mindless time, and I just basically did it for everybody and just put it in Perfect Body Online. And the same thing with photographers and makeup artists, hairstylists, and tanning specialists. I find the best in the industry, and I start putting a working relationship together. And each, like we're going to the WBFF Worlds, and I'm having Liana Luzon and John Atherton be my PBO photographers for the weekend. We get the girls at a discounted price, and I have like makeup artists the whole weekend. So it's basically a whole experience for you to develop your portfolio and your brand of whatever that is. And you know, my number one feature that I just added on, I added on a woman. Her name is Carrie Lynn Ford. She worked for Skechers and she worked for Reebok, and she was a custom designer. And now she's going to customize logos and business cards and 5x7 cards for all these girls who's done photo shoots to kind of brand themselves in the proper way. So.
Okay.
My whole business, yeah.
So with the Personal Body Online, all right, are you giving out diet advice along with, you know, the motivational speeches and what not to do and what to do and having people learn from your mistakes, but are you also giving nutritional advice as well?
Well, I'm doing the nutrition advice and recipes and my workouts through My Body by Lindsay. That's more geared to the fitness aspect. Perfect Body Online is just basically the glamour side of it. More educational based and more the photo shoots and glamour side and how to step into the fitness world. So as far as the training and nutrition aspect, I do a class for competitors, and it's called my New York Divas, and that I hold that on every Saturday over here in Westchester, New York, and I teach girls how to walk on stage presentation for all the federations, bikinis, we go over tanning, and then this season, in the fall season, I'm going to be holding 2 full-day workshop camps with me, so that you go answer the girls all their question and answers and go over everything with them. And with that being said, then, you know, we'll talk about training and nutrition, but as far as like tips and my favorite workouts and nutrition, that's all along with Body by Lindsay.
Okay. Which one of these is actually your favorite? I asked that question because a lot of people tend to shy away from answering what's their favorite. You know, is your heart more so into the Body by Lindsay, or is it more into the PBO? Yeah, no, I got you on that one, huh?
Yeah. I guess the Body by Lindsay is more me, like more of my resume and what I love to do, and just basically about me and my credentials, and it's just me. It's like Lindsay Messina. So if anybody wants to go check who I am, they go to that website. Okay. But Perfect Body Online is more of my business. So in a whole, I would say right now, definitely probably Perfect Body Online, because I'm helping people turn themselves into something they didn't think they could turn themselves into. Right. So I'm changing someone as a whole. I mean, as far as like the physical appearance and the training and nutrition, I love to do that too, but I'm so hands-on that Perfect Body Online gives me the opportunity to help these girls in photo shoots and teaching them, you know, all the ins and outs of what to do with photography and hair, makeup, and, you know, on the stage and stuff like that. So actually Perfect Body Online, because it makes me see someone grow from A to Z in a 6-month turnaround time. So that's the biggest fulfillment. So my business for sure. Okay.
Aside from a financial standpoint, okay, and I'm in no way trying to minimize what you've done within the industry, but far from a financial standpoint, why did you feel as though it was so important for you to give back to the industry?
Oh boy, now that's a harder question than anything. Oh man, because to give back, for me, when I feel like I'm helping somebody and for instance, when a girl comes to me and she says, I have kids and, I lost myself and I gave everything to my family and I really don't feel good about myself. And even if they don't want to get into the fitness industry or get into modeling even,
right.
What girl doesn't want to get makeup put on, their hair done, and step in front of a camera and make themselves feel good? So it's giving back in the sense of teaching them, and I just think that's my well-being. Like, I'm just always giving, and I'm just a giving person. Mm-hmm. So when I see someone so fulfilled and at the end of the photo shoot they start crying because they didn't think that they could look like that, or, oh my God, I've never felt so pretty before. I mean, besides that, you can't put a price on that. So
right.
It's just the way I am. Like, I'm like that with my family and my friends, and I just thought it could be a great asset because people in this industry are so closed in. Like, they don't want to tell, I'm not telling them how I did that, or I'm not telling them my connection. And honestly, I think that's ridiculous because if you go to, let's just bring up BSN again, and they want a brunette, like, there's 80,000 different types of brunettes. Like, they're just going to pick one that they like.
Right.
So for me to be so closed-minded and just be like, I'm not telling them, what I did wrong or what they need to do to help them. I just, I made it. Like, and I'm so happy with everything that I've accomplished. And if I want to accomplish more, I'm going to do it because, again, like, nobody else helped me but me. So if I could help somebody conquer their goals, I mean, yeah, I would love to.
Right.
Because it's the best feeling.
Andre has all these good questions. So they're not even written down.
Listen. Now, Lindsay, I don't know if you've ever listened to the Body Shop before. I know you've interviewed with a lot of top name studios and people. The one thing I do is I like to let the interview flow. I hate pre-written questions. I hate when people call into the studio and they want to get a list of questions because that's just not what I do. Because I feel that once the interview starts flowing, then I get to see your personality, and which I already know you personally. Yeah. But the fans that only see you based on a picture based on a poster, right, that they get to know the real Lindsay Messina.
Not a script, right?
Right. They don't get to see a picture of you and be like, yeah, she's cute, but she looks stuck up, or she has an attitude. When they're hearing you speak about your passion and how changing somebody else's life makes you feel good, now their preconceived notion of you may actually change.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that you're kind of leading up to it, but a lot of things like, as far as being in the personal training industry and training clients and working with all different types of clients, whether it's male or female, I would take that most of them would be female that you were training, especially when it starts bringing into the shows. Why do you think it's so important to have the shows involved in doing all of this different types of training with your clients?
With my clients, you're saying as far as like having them schedule the show and have them compete? Yeah.
Why do you think that's so important?
Well, I think as a whole, as human beings, I think we all work harder when we have a goal. Mm-hmm. So even if it's, and I tell everybody this all the time, and like even if you're going on vacation or you're going to a wedding or a party, everyone wants to work out that much harder for a goal. So when I'm training my clients and when I know that they have the capability of stepping on stage, I actually just sign them up myself. And I said, you're doing a show. And they're like, what do you mean I'm doing a show? I'm like, you're doing a show in 6 months. Who the hell cares? Just step on stage. I'll teach you everything you need to know. Just, you got to work out, and this is your focus. So I tell them to rip out pieces of paper that are their inspirations and, make something, a little collage, and that's what you're going to look at. And it could be like a saying, a quote, or someone's body, or whatever it is. So having someone a goal and having someone step on stage in the smallest little outfits and being in front of hundreds of people, that's intimidating. Right. And that's gonna pull things out of that one particular person that has never conquered anything like that in their life. So it's gonna change them. I have one girl that came to me a while back, like maybe 2 years ago, and I want to tell you, and if she's listening, she knows exactly who I'm talking about. She was like the question girl. But why do this? But why do that? But this, do you think? But
yes.
But do you think? And then 80,000 texts, and then the emails. And at one time I was like, you know what? You need to shut up. Like, you're getting annoying now. Like, you're getting annoying. Like, I'm your friend, but just hang with me. Like, I promise you, you'll get it. Now, she is like a completely different person. She doesn't even care. She's teaching teaching other girls, and now she's telling the other girls, like, calm down, like, you're going to be fine, calm down. So seeing the whole 180 turn, and now that she's like an inspiration and people email her, like, you're my inspiration, she's never had people say that to her before. So I think anybody stepping on stage is a great goal, and if you do step on stage with the WBFF, you'll have the most exhilarating experience. It's not just a competition; it's a show.
Right.
So, I mean, I think everyone should experience it one way or another. So I definitely feel that that's very important, and they'll push themselves harder in the gym and also their nutrition.
Well, I definitely agree with something that you said, Lindsay, and that is, once you set a goal or you have a target in mind, you actually work harder for it, and as that target, gets closer and closer and closer, you actually want to step up and really show and prove. So, speaking of show and prove, Lindsay, Toronto, August 27th, we have the WBFF Worlds. Am I going to see you on stage? Yeah, you didn't know that was coming. No. I told you, I got better at this. I got better since our first time, baby. That's what I do here.
Everyone thinks I'm competing. That is so funny. No, I'm not stepping on stage.
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not stepping on stage. All right. What will be your role at the WBFF Worlds?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, come on, talk to me. I need the dirt. I need the dirt, Lindsay. Come on. Are you going to be a judge? Are you going to be backstage? Are you doing hair and makeup? Come on, talk to me.
I have the exclusive hair and makeup team that I will be providing there at the show. Okay. Perfect Body Online Glam Squad. And my girl, Mary Lynn, will be taking care of all those appointments. So we'll be doing hair and makeup for sure for all the photo shoots and the competition itself. So you can check that on my site. And then I will definitely be backstage helping out, interviewing some of the athletes, and probably hanging out at the judging table and just being everywhere. So I'm just going to be the girl that's just floating around. Okay,
speaking of the girl that's just floating around, I need to get a definitive answer from you, okay?
Oh, no!
No, it ain't going to be none of that old nose. Now listen here, I got 125,000 listeners listening to the sound of the voice of Lindsay Messina. They're listening to the voice of professional bodybuilding, that's Bricks. They're listening to Brian Canone. They're listening to the Body Shop, and what they want to know, what I want to know, when is Lindsay getting back on stage? Talk to me.
Oh, I don't know, Bricks. I don't know, Brian. I don't know, viewers.
Okay. Hold on now.
I love... Okay. Go ahead. You're on to something. I feel it. You're on to something. Okay?
Oh, yeah. You should know me better than this. Okay, so since you don't know, right, I want to use your own business model against you, and I want you to pick a date, because I'm telling you right here, right now, you're doing a show. So I want you to rip up all little collages, get your mind focused.
A goal. She's going to make the little collage on the wall.
Lindsay is going to make a goal.
I will take a picture and I'll put it up on the website. I have my collage.
That's right. Now pick a date. Pick a date. When are you competing? Pick a date. I need something. Come on.
When am I competing?
Yes. When are you going to step back on stage?
If I would ever step back on stage, it would be with the WBFF at the Worlds. But I'm not this year.
Okay.
Not this year. I have too much going on right now. So if I ever decide to step back on stage, it will be with Paul Dillette Show with the WBFF. But I promise I will let everybody know and follow my 12-week prep. So that will not be a secret. So. Okay, but right now I have too much going on, but I am definitely being involved because I love the show, I love the organization, I like Paul and Allison, so I will be there from Tuesday all the way till Sunday. Okay,
so from Tuesday till Sunday, I'm going to make sure that I bump into you. I mean, I'm a very hard guy to miss, as you clearly already know. I'm going to tie you down in the corner somewhere, sit you down in a chair, you and your fiance, and I'm going to make you give me a date on when you're competing. Then I'm going to bring you back onto the Body Shop in the studio, and you're going to announce to the world when Lindsay Messina will come out of this self-imposed retirement. Now, how does that sound?
Pressure is on. Pressure is on.
Hey, you said people react better under pressure, correct?
I'm starting. My palms are sweating. Oh boy! All right.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna give you a minute to gather your thoughts, wipe off your sweaty palms. All right. I'm gonna give the listeners a minute to stop laughing, and then when we come back, I want to get some nutritional tips from you.
Yep.
I want to find out more about you and your journey, and then I'm gonna have an interesting question for you that I know you're not even prepared for. So, Lindsay, you go wipe your palms. Ladies and gentlemen, go get a sip of water. Come right back. Bricks and the Body Shop will be right back. Stay tuned.
Boomers Rock. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Join your host, Baby Boomer Tom Matt, as he shares with you his inspirational recent personal transformation from couch potato to getting his master's degree to bodybuilder to personal trainer. You don't have to be a boomer to get inspired. Tune in weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on FTNS.co. Get up, get out, keep rocking. Life starts now.
Hi there. This is Jerry Zatkoff from the Nutrition Scoop. Where do you get your nutrition information from? The TV? Friends? Or maybe from the front of the package? I'll dish out the latest news on nutrition, the food industry, and research related to health and wellness. Find out what's real, what's true, and what you need to know to stay healthy in our toxic food environment. I'll tell you what to eat, when to eat it, where to buy it, and how to cook it. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on FTNS.
Many people know about the concepts of thinking positively and designing the life they want, but few people are taught the skills necessary to truly experience inner peace, happiness, and success. The Avatar course teaches cutting-edge techniques that enable people to truly release old limitations and create an inspiring life. There are local weekend workshops as well as 9-day courses around the country. Connect with experienced Avatar master Ariella Sarai. To learn more or to schedule a free introductory session, visit her website www.powerofavatar.com.
Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows, but encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. Need FTNS on the go? There's an app for that. Download the FTNS app for your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch now. FTNS, world's first fitness radio, will keep you moving.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Body Shop with me, Bricks. I have Brian in the studio, and on the line, I have Miss Lindsay Messina, who has agreed that she will compete again for the WBFF. And although she has not picked a date, a future date, I promise you.
Maybe you can announce it at the end of the Worlds.
You know what? I might just do that.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yo, you think I hear, don't you? Yeah.
You guys are going to start having a bet going on. There's going to be a huge ass pool. And if I compete, I win the pool.
No. If you compete and you win the pool, 30% of that is Brix's. Okay? Is that fair?
Oh, gosh.
Come on, say yes.
Finder's fee.
Thank you.
Verbal agreement.
There you go.
Verbal agreement.
It's not even so much as a verbal agreement, but I got this thing on tape. This is beautiful.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You got me.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a very hard question for you. Lindsay, and
we're hitting it strong.
Yeah, we're coming back strong like a Jack Daniels no chaser. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh wow.
Okay, she just said she's ready.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Brian is ready because he doesn't know where I'm bringing
what
this
he's
to.
gonna say.
Okay, so Lindsay,
Go ahead.
would it be fair for me to assume that the success that you've achieved in this fitness industry would not have happened had you not stepped on the Fitness Atlantic stage?
That could be very much possible. Yeah.
Well, I do remember. Well,
Hold on. She's talking.
Okay,
She's talking. Go ahead, Lindsay. I apologize.
Okay. No, that's okay. I did, I was trying to build my relationship with the agency in New York, Silver Models, and I was sending all of my resume, my cover letter, and my headshots in, and I would never get a response. And not only did I email them, and I put a bunch of mailers out, and I actually put a bunch of mailers out to numerous of different agencies for literally a year, every single month, and no one got back to me. So I kept on trying and being persistent at it, and then I met one of the managers at Brian's show. So if I did not compete at Brian's show, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. So, and then from there, that's where I received all my success with women's health and Under Armour and infomercials and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think Brian's show was definitely a big stepping stone in my career.
Okay.
Well, no, thank you. But I do remember a conversation when I saw you at a show in Miami, and you were with your mom outside near the pool.
She was my sidekick when I competed. Always with my mom.
Yeah, you was just sitting with your mom over by side. I walked by, and you had done a different show like right after mine, and you made a comment and said, if that was my first show, I probably wouldn't even continue doing this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me piggyback off of that Brian just said. And this is going to be a difficult question for Brian to actually hear, but I need to know. So, Lindsay, stepping on a Fitness Atlantic stage and then doing the other show and now being with the WBFF, what is the difference in all three of those shows?
My God.
I know. I told you I got better at this.
I gotta go get some tequila.
You make sure you bring mine back with a lime wedge. That's all I need right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Yeah.
The difference is that there's different families, right?
Right.
And there's different ways people run their own particular business. And some people like one way versus another, whatever it may be. I personally love the WBFF if I ever competed in it. The WBFF gives a lot of opportunities. They are growing as a federation, and they are striving to not only just stay in the fitness industry, but to go mainstream and to really capitalize on fitness and fashion for their Fit and Firm magazine as well. So if you want to become an aspiring model and fitness expert, I think the WBFF is a great show. As well as also the other shows are really, really done well. I mean, they have a lot of experience under their belts. They've been in the industry for a long time. They know the ins and outs. They know how to run a production. So, I mean, both are really great experiences. It's all if you want to dive into the sharks all at once. I mean, go to WBFF. But if you want to, kind of just graze into it and build experience and build exposure of both federations, I mean, I would do every federation. But my experience from going to every single federation and show, I think WBFF definitely puts on a really great production and has the top of the top, judging and photographers and opportunities there. So
nice. All right, now this is the portion of the show in which the fans likes to fill in, and they're following me on Twitter, which Lindsay you used to do. Yeah, that's right. I took that cheap shot.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, you used to follow me on Twitter.
He's very upset. He thinks you untweeted him.
I didn't. I don't even go on Twitter. I don't know how to tweet. Chatty Dunmore. You guys know Chatty Dunmore.
Of course we know Chatty. Chatty's done the body shop.
Okay,
she tweets.
Chatty had to give me tweeting tweeting 101. Where? We were at the Kansas City show. She's tweeting the whole time at registration. I'm like, Chatty, what are you doing? She's like, I'm tweeting. I'm like, you got to teach me how to do this. I don't know how to tweet or do tweet or whatever. I'm doing it right now.
Okay, there you go. Okay. One of my listeners, very, very loyal listener, JP. JP just sent me an email, and he says, "Hey Bricks, great show. I didn't know much about Lindsay besides her magazine work, and hearing this interview was really cool, and he just liked your fan page." So, yeah.
Got a new fan.
You see? You got a new fan.
This guy can be your best fan ever. He will turn into your number one fan. He's our number one fan.
No, I promise you, JP will promote you like nobody else's business. That's one thing that you know what,
he is our number one fan.
Absolutely.
And we recruited him from somebody else, too. So you just recruited him from us.
Also, while we're talking about fans, you know, I would like to send a very special shout out to Mr. Scott Fishkind. You know, hey Scott, how you doing? I'd like to say hi to Terry Benedetto, you know, another one of our listeners. Lorianne Marchese, she's enjoying the interview as well. Alicia Sarasso, you know, another new WBFF pro. So you have a lot of people out there that's listening to you right now.
Hi guys.
And
Sweet.
what I want to know, Lindsay, is, and I'm going to ask you a question that you probably have not been asked before, and that is there anybody out there that you would like to thank?
Oh, wow. Well, yes. I would love to thank all of my friends that have been with me from the start of everything, and the friends that I actually just developed throughout this business. And, you know, when the chips are down and you know who your friends are and they stick by your side. So, you know, a lot of my girls, my New York Diva girls, they're amazing. They're like my family. So I just want to say thank you for them for helping me with everything. And, you know, they made me a better coach and a better person. And, you know, of course, my family, I mean, they give me all the support that I need with everything that goes on in my life, the craziness, you know, when I'm like going loony bin. So I'd definitely say thanks to my family and my friends. I mean, they're definitely all the support that I have, you know, and they are my rock. So
right.
thank you to them.
Okay. I'd also like to say hello to Stephanie Keenan. Stephanie, I didn't forget about you. Now, Lindsay.
Yeah.
When you do compete again, because as I said, you will compete again. Okay?
I thought we were going to nutrition.
No. You know what?
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to save the nutrition part of the interview for part 2. Okay? So I need a commitment from you, aside from when you're competing, but can I get you back on the body shop again?
Absolutely.
Okay, can I get you to come into the studio?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So we'll save the nutrition part of it because we are almost out of time. But what I want to know is this right here. When you do compete again, okay? And I want you to think about this question.
Okay.
Is there an athlete that you would like to step on stage with to either say, I beat that athlete, or I got my chance to compete against that athlete?
No, absolutely not. Because I honestly, because I would step on stage. I haven't stepped on stage since 2008. I would do it for myself. And for me to just step on stage with a bunch of athletes and the pros with the WBFF, I mean, all the pros with the WBFF, they're featured on all the magazines. They're cream of the crop in the fitness industry. So.
Right.
If I place top 5 and, you know, and if I have the experience with them and build new friendships, that's seriously from my heart, that's all that matters. And I would step on stage again to do for myself, because people step on stage to, you know, land the covers of magazines and get endorsements and stuff like that. And, you know, I kind of already done that. So for me to step on stage, it has to be for myself and for my own accomplishment, for me to win that title and to really, you know, push myself to another level. So
I like that answer. That is a very, very honest and heartfelt answer, rather than, you know, throwing out something. Do you consider yourself a role model?
I do. I honestly do. People that know me, they know my background, they know my roots, and they know the struggles that I've been through, and I've conquered them all, and I built myself to the top, and I've developed my brand, and I kind of stuck to what I believed in from all the years of looking at everybody else, and maybe second guessing sometimes, saying to myself, maybe I should be doing that, or maybe I should be taking photos like that, and just sticking to what I believe in, even if it took a little longer, and people with me at the same pace, maybe got signed on endorsement contracts rather than myself,
right.
at the time, but you keep on, pushing through and focusing on your goals. And again, our sport is so abnormal. The average American, if they could look a quarter as good as we do, they're out of sorts. So
Absolutely.
What we do is something so special. And so, yeah, I think I am a role model in the sense of that I've done all this by myself. I've created 2 businesses, going on a third. I'm 27 years old, and I have a family, and, I do family things. I have a family, background, and we do Sunday dinners all the time. So I'm pretty much normal.
I'll be over next Sunday. You make sure you got some extra side of beef for Bricks.
I make the best meatballs in the world, I promise you.
Okay, well, Bricks need about 12 of those on his plate, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, now,
you got it.
How can somebody get in touch with you, Lindsay?
Oh, well, they could find me on Facebook. They could go to BBL Lifestyle / Lindsay Messina on Facebook. That's my fan page, and I check it all the time. And also Lindsay Messina Facebook and Perfect Body Online. And then they can also go to my website, www.bbllifestyle.com. That's my personal website. And then the business is perfectbodyonline.com too.
All right. Well,
yeah.
So Lindsay, I'm looking forward to part 2 of this interview. I know my fans are looking forward to part 2 of the interview. Your new fans are now looking forward to part 2 of the interview. But I want to thank you for calling in to the show. And in closing, I would like to say, success breeds envy. The best revenge you can have against a jealous person is to become even more successful. You keep God first, and everything else will fall into place. This is Bricks. I'm signing off for Brian, super producer Big Sean, and the lovely Lindsay Messina. We gotta go, but we'll see you when we see you.